nail friends, we are back again for a new video. This is going to be a St. Patty's Day video, now that you didn't figure that out. We are going to be using Loyalty, and I think the other one is Lovely Lilac, perhaps, from Madame Glam. You're not going to watch me paint these for long because nobody wants to watch me paint nails. I mean, seriously. We are going to be matte top coating these nails, and then we'll be decorating. My favorite part. So I was thinking about doing new things. Excuse my blob there. Did you see the blob on the back of that nail? Whoa! What was she doing? So I was looking at some pictures and different things on Pinterest just to get some, like, you know, get the creative juices going, because it is not St. Patty's Day yet. It is February. So I'm still coming off of Valentine's Day here. But case raw. And one of the things I was thinking about is sugaring and mixing some matte with some sparkle with some sugaring, and yeah, getting a whole like mix of things together. So as I said, I matte top coated these and I just blipped that, but I'll show you how to fix that because that's, you know, something that happens. You want to try to space these as evenly as you can, but obviously, you know, every nail is different and based on the size and things like that. So you have to plan out a little bit and figure out just before you start, kind of where do I start in order to make these, you know, fairly even and not end in a weird place. So you can see I took my dotting tool and just scraped off that little extra. And that is how you get rid of that. And I'm going to cook that for a few minutes. Cook it, put it in the light, whatever, however you want to say that. And I am using Madame Glam's gold gel paint. And I'm going to be using green gel paint. Basically, they're all Madame Glam gel paints. The difference with the gel paint, and I've said it before, is that you don't have to top coat it. So unlike the polishes, which do need to be top coated, the paints don't. So that's kind of nice if you're working on matte. So matte first, then I'm doing some stripes with this one, and we're going to sugar these stripes and then add some gold edging, and they're beautiful. These are all pretty easy to do, so nothing too hard. You could certainly use them as a set like I put them, but you don't have to. You could use them as individual nails, or even pick one or two of these designs and, you know, marry them together on a set of nails. I am using the Wildflowers holographic green. I'm going to show you at some point down the road the back of this container and what it's actually called. So the thing with sugaring is, do not, and I'll repeat that, do not try to brush this off right away. So those of you that have ever done this with glue in a craft project, you know that you have to let it set until the glue is dry. With sugaring, you have to let it cure completely before you remove it. So the nice thing is it doesn't take as long as doing an art craft project. So I'm going to leave all that excess glitter there, and I'm going to pop it in the light for a couple seconds to cure. I am going to take this one back out because the gel paint is now cured, and we're going to put some shamrocks. This one is super cute. I have to say that it's probably one of my favorites. And in order to do the shamrocks, if I'm working on smaller shamrocks, I use a small dotting tool. This one's like what would be considered a medium dotting tool. And what I'm doing is just putting a little dot and then dragging it to make a little V. So almost like you would do hearts for Valentine's Day, except you're doing little, like 4 little hearts. And then I put a dot in the middle to fill in the shamrock, and usually I put a little stem on the side, unless it's obviously too short, in which case I don't put a stem. Like this one down here won't get a stem because it's right at the edge of the nail. Isn't that cute? And we're going to sugar these as well. Now, I was initially skeptical about sugaring in the sense that I was like, okay, so great. It looks good the second your client leaves the salon, and then what happens over the next 2 weeks? I mean, what really happens to that sugaring? So the answer to that is, as long as your client is not doing a lot of heavy cleaning, or if they're doing heavy cleaning, if they're wearing gloves, they'll be fine. It does eventually wear down. So just like anything else, the glitter will start to wear off some, but it won't wear off the way you think. Like I expected it to really just kind of wear completely off of the gel. But because it adheres to the gel, it really gets kind of stuck in there. So some of the glitter will wear off, but it's not like they're shedding glitter everywhere or that it's flaking off. It won't flake off. So those were the things I was worried about as a nail technician. You know, I always worry about the longevity of the nails. Like, you know, they can look great when they leave the building, but they have to look great for 2 weeks, not just that day. Because most of my clients are, you know, 2-week clients. Some of them are occasionally 3 weeks. So we really don't want them, you know, struggling with their nails or having beautiful nails that suddenly look yucky, you know, a week later or a week into their set. So yeah. So there you go. Just some info on sugaring. So those are sugared. Those are going to sit in the light. And after I sugared, I brushed and then I painted, as you could see. Now we're going to put some blooming gel on. I'm using the paints that I was working with, and a little bit of that dark green is Creative Nail Design. Oh, actually, you know what? I think all of these are, except for the green, the bright green. So the gold is Creative. The green is Creative. The brighter green is not. The brighter green is that gel paint. So you can do this. You can put gel paint in blooming. If you were wondering that, you can. So what I'm doing is creating a marbleized look. Now, initially I was going to do just kind of like a down the middle thing with some gold leafing or something. And then I decided, no, I want to go somewhere completely different with this. So midway, which often happens with me, I changed my mind. So I liked the way it was marbleizing out. I liked the way it was blooming. And I was like, I feel like I want to do something different with this. So what I did was I took my marbleizing tool. I do this a lot when I'm using blooming gel. And I just blended some of those colors in and swirled others. The trick with this is you have to do that and then let it set for a minute. So it's actually blooming right now while I'm working on this nail. And then I will stick it in the light when I feel happy with it. You know, when I feel like, okay, it's good. It's cured. On this nail, we're going to do something that is not necessarily specifically St. Patrick's. It's kind of I would say it's more of a bohemian design than it is a Celtic design. I should do some Celtic sugared work. Wouldn't that be pretty? Ooh, more ideas. That video might be coming. I like that idea. It might be coming. Okay. But right now, back to what I'm doing. I am working on a sort of bohemian looking design where we're just going to create almost like a monochromatic rainbow look. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It was just a design. Came off the top of my head. I was like, oh, this is kind of cute. There you go. Green hollow. We're going to sugar this. Oh, we're going to sugar that as well. But I didn't show it to you. Why? Because my camera died. That's why. I had issues with this video because my camera kept dying. I don't know. It must have been too cold. I work in my basement a lot of times. And that's where my little setup is. And right now, because I live in New England, it's very cold in the basement. So, you know, it sucks the life out of batteries. So while that's being sugared and cured, I'm working on this pinky nail, which I wanted to keep simple because I wanted to show you a simple design too. There you go. I sugared that one and put some gold in it. And then I finished that one and put some little dots. And now we're going to work on this one. And I showed you that because, you know, my camera died. So you didn't get to see all of it. I am using some, people call these angel flakes. Other people call them extra fine foil. These are basically like gold leafing foils, but they're in different colors. I got them on Amazon. They're an off-brand. I don't know what brand they are. But I do love them. I love them a lot, and they were really inexpensive. So if you, like me, are looking for some inexpensive but good art supplies, I will put this in the description. I'll try to make sure I link it in the description. But so this is like a gold and green leafing foil, and I'm just going around and tapping that around the edge of the nail. And what that's going to do is create, I call it like a framing, or some people call it a shadow. But basically it creates like a depth around the outer edge of the nail, which is lovely and beautiful. I was also thinking about Harry Potter nails. I want to do something with Harry Potter. Tell me if you want me to do Harry Potter nails, and I will come up with something fun. Okay, so back to... I'm such a space cadet this morning. Okay, so I finished that. I didn't cure anything. I just leafed it right into the inhibition layer. Now I put down some gem glue, and I'm picking up some flowered elements. They're metal flowers from a set that I got in the fall, because fall, you know, the claim to fame for fall was metal elements. So I did some videos on that. So if you haven't seen those, go back and check them out. And so what I'm doing is putting two different types of flowers down. One is more of a lacy, and the other is more of a filled, like a gold filled flower. Cool. And then we're going to put a couple quick rhinestones in between. This is super simple, super simple. And what that's going to do is just give us an overall effect of having just a little focus, like a little center focus, a little, it would be a cuff if it were at the top of the nail, but it's not, it's across the middle of the nail. So I'm just calling it a design. Maybe there's a fancy name for it. I don't know. And so I'm just taking a couple of emerald green rhinestones, and we're going to put those in, except that one was too big. And we're going to put those in on either side of that center flower. So there's 5 flowers and 2 rhinestones, if you're keeping count. Here's a neat little look at, see what I just did there? So if your flower is not sticking, you can always put a little more gem glue down just to the right or left of the flower and swish it through, and that'll keep it. So that's all cured. Oh, no, it's not cured yet because I didn't cure it yet. But I am going to top coat it, and then I will show you what this whole thing looks like because my camera died. Yeah, there you go, though. Isn't that pretty? I love these nails so much. I hope you love them too. I will see you next week.